We are now ready to start writing our first class. We'll use the same package inside which I'm creating my first class. The class is named as car. It implements the car interface that we just created. I have put in some of the properties of a car or the state that a car will need to maintain. If you see here, any car will have a color, will have a model number, it'll have a price, it will also have what is the current speed at which it is operating, it'll have what is the current gear at which it is operating. If you see here, we have used these terms like string, long, double, float, and integer, right? These are primitive types. Java is a strongly typed language. A string is nothing but an object. A long is a 64-bit integer. A double is a 64-bit decimal. A float is a 32-bit decimal. Integer is a 32-bit number. All of these are private, essentially means they are only visible inside this class and not to anybody else. Then we have gone about writing this method called car. If you notice, there is no return type out here. This type of method is called as the constructor. What is the purpose of a constructor? In order to understand that, we should first understand what is a class. A class is nothing but a blueprint or a specification that the JVM uses to construct objects. How do you construct an object? Using the constructor. So, in this case, we have a default constructor which does nothing but calls the constructor of the inherited class, right? Of its parent class, sorry. So, what is the parent class in this case? We don't have a parent class. We have just implemented the interface, right? Then the use of the keyword super essentially means you're calling the parent class. There's a concept out here to remember. Every class or every class in Java will inherit from the java.lang.object, which means this default constructor will point to the object class in Java. Now I've written my own custom constructor. When I create a car, I would have the option of passing all of these parameters into the car constructor, and I will be able to set all of these automatically. Now, if you look at it, there are a set of getter and setter methods. These are required because we have private state that is maintained by the object. Now, for any other object to access the state, for example, if another object is interested in knowing what is the current gear in which this car is operating, it can use the get current gear method. If you want the driver who's external to the car to set the gear, you would use the set gear method, which takes the integer as input and sets the current gear. Now, you would see that there are keywords like override. What is an override? What I'm trying to do here is, if you remember, we created the speed up method as part of the interface. We would like to reuse that method signature and provide an implementation. We would like to provide a concrete implementation to the speed up method. That is where we say override, and you will be able to provide a specific implementation for the external contracts that we have exposed. Now, there's an interesting method out here, the toString method, which also says overrides. Where is this getting overridden from? It's getting overridden from the Java lang object class that we just talked about. This is a utility function and nice to have. to every object that you create. The moment you implement it, when you are trying to print your object, it will not just print the object reference, but actually the print what you have got and written as part of the return values. Thank you for watching this video. This channel simplifies technology for learning. Subscribe to this channel for more such interesting videos. Thank you. Bye bye.